Hello, welcome to Authentically You, where you are guided by light and you have all the power. She just came to sit right in front of me as soon as I started recording, or I was about to start recording. So, probably because I was just writing my notes, because I'm like, I needed to make notes this time because I'm going to talk about the spiritual journey and I'm going to compare it to a video game. And I was using the only video game I've really ever really been into or played because my husband was into it because he was a big gamer, was League of Legends. So I was trying to remember what the terminology was for those games and stuff. So I was writing it all out on my journal, and usually when I write on my journal, she comes and sits on it and does her familiar things. But excuse me, Nix. Oh, I hope she doesn't touch anything here. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so the spiritual journey is like a video game. Or life is like a video game, but the spiritual journey is like a video game because a role-playing game, because it's like you're aware that you're playing the game. And so that's why I thought it would be cool to use the terminology for video games to, I don't know, it helped me understand it better. And it helps, like, sometimes when I'm playing in the 3D, it helps to, like, it's like we're playing a game and you're playing a role, So it makes life feel more fun. I don't know. At least it does to me. But anyway, so your guides are there to help, like I said. They're like your support. You're the champion, you're the main character, the champion, but they're your support. So they're not gonna take all the kills, right? They're just gonna assist, but ultimately it's your journey, it's your path. You're the one that's creating, you're the one that's doing the work as well. So what happens when you answer the call? You press play, right? Press play on the video game. Like I mentioned, you just have to talk to your spirit guides or just say out loud, I am ready to be transformed. I am ready to find my soul purpose. I am ready to answer my soul call, whatever that is. Spirit guides, I'm ready. Show me how good life can get. It could be whatever it's all about the intention. So however you want to word it, however you want to communicate it, however you feel you want to say it is how you should say it. And so say it. And what you should expect is to start seeing some type of either synchronicity. Normally when I started my journey and I started like that of just saying, oh, spirit guides show me a sign or something, they started with angel numbers. Those are like the more obvious ones, and as the connection grew and the trust grew, the signs became different because, once you become more aware, you notice the bigger signs, the ones that are more obvious, like more like, whoa, so you'll start being guided. You'll either see opportunities present themselves, like for me, my pipe burst in my apartment. It was like, whoa. That was a big one for me. It doesn't have to be big. It could just be I don't know, things that your job starts shifting, or you'll know whenever, whatever it is for you. But also, like, once you do that, don't go around trying to look for every sign. That is also like, there's a way I highly recommend to try to stay as neutral as you can when you're on the journey. When it comes to things like this, like, you know what you want, but you also don't want to be so attached to it that you're actually repelling it. You have to keep things balanced, right? You're in the middle, and the two sides are like, they're either going to lean one way or the other. So you have to stay balanced in that. So, if whatever spirit shows you, like, just be like, oh, cool. Well, I'll be happy with anything that's for my highest good, either way, or things like that, where you're just like, where you're grateful, but you're also like, well, I'll be grateful with anything, so thank you. Like, it becomes that kind of like balance. But anyway, answer the call, you press play. You'll be put into the alignment loops, is when the alignment loops will begin. And that's normally how you'll be able to tell, okay, like, I see what's happening now. It'll be something that comes up that most likely will trigger you. Use the trigger as a guide to show you what resistance is showing up, what is coming up, because that's what's coming up to be healed, to be transmuted, to be, noticed, so that you could process it. Sometimes you have to process it. Sometimes it's like emotions, cry, scream, get angry, but don't dwell on it either. Like, feel your feelings, like, let it out of your body, because it was an emotion that you held back, that you never expressed. So the energy comes up so that you can do that, and it releases it, back to source, or however you feel guided to do it. And so those alignment loops come for that, and they come also for to help you make better decisions too. It's like break karmic cycles. So it's like, are you gonna choose the option are you gonna make the decision that's gonna raise your frequency? Are you gonna make the decision that's gonna keep you in the same stuck energy, that's gonna just come back around and manifest in a different situation until you choose differently and choose the higher frequency? There's nothing wrong with choosing either one. Either one is the right one, is what you're meant to do, because it's part of the lesson you're meant to learn on your journey. And so alignment loops are like quests that your character goes through to get through, the whole video game, the whole thing, right? And then there's also threshold moments, which threshold moments are, they are moments like similar to alignment loops in a way. Like, it's a type of alignment loop, but it's also one that expands you. So usually threshold moments for me have been moments that make me uncomfortable, where my energy gets stretched to where, I really have to rely on my truth and my faith, because everything else around me is showing me otherwise, or something. Sometimes, like, it's not always that extreme. It sometimes is, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's easier, but they're moments that are meant to expand you and make you level up. And so, like, boss battles, level ups would be like the video game comparison for that. So there's those moments that help you get like higher up in the level, or expand, or gain experience points, and stuff like that. And then, also, it's important after cycles like that to take the time for integration. And so that's resting, like, really listen to your body and what it needs during that time, because your body is catching up to the energetic upgrades you just went through. So The integration period would be like the cool down of the character. When it, when it dies and it needs to cool down, that's like an integration period. You're integrating the upgrades, because that usually comes with symptoms like, ow, she's biting me. That usually comes with the ascension symptoms, or like body soreness, body aches, things like that. Or you'll just feel very sleepy, where your team needs you asleep and unconscious to finish the upgrades that they're doing, and that your body will probably be more resistant to if you were awake. And so, and the energy bar, or the mana for the character, is your emotional or energetic capacity. So when you're when you're running on red, that's when you gotta rest, you gotta do that kind of thing. And a good way to boost your energy, you know how in video games, like, the character walks over things on the grass and it boosts like, it gives them boosts? Going out in nature, going on a walk. Like, I was walking the other day and I was thinking about that. I was like, yeah, this is like those, like, when the character goes, because it, like, every time I go for a walk in nature, even just for a few minutes, even like touching the tree or like connecting with nature, like, that always like gives me like an energy boost. Okay, and so we talked about spirit guides. They're, like I said, your support characters. So they're not there to play the game for you. They're there to just support your character as you walk along the journey. And then we have deities, gods, and goddesses. And these are like the mythic champions. Those things that you, like, the character comes through when they like go through a level or something, and they do whatever, and then you go along. That's the deities, the gods, and goddesses. So they, like, as long as you have your energetic boundaries, these gods and goddesses and deities, they mean no harm whatsoever. They're part of your path. They're part of the journey. They're there to assist on your journey. And they come from source too. They're souls like us that have advanced. They've closed their karmic cycles. They've advanced. And so when they advance, they become gods, goddesses, deities. So someday your soul is going to be one of those too, helping another soul along on their own journey as well. So sometimes our soul might resonate with certain gods and goddesses or deities. And that is because our souls, how I said our souls have lived multiple lifetimes. So the souls pick up keep some of that energy from those lifetimes that have been lived. So at one point, your soul might have lived, you might have the essence of that deity or god or goddess in your soul, because at one point you lived a lifetime as them, if that makes sense. So it's not about like worshiping them or having idols or anything like that. They are part of source as well. Sorry, she's all over the place. So they are part of source as well, just like we are. Our souls, all that. We are all one, okay? So as long as you have your energetic boundaries, they are safe. They are for your highest good. They are there for your path, okay? Then we have, spiritual gifts. And those are like when your character unlocks abilities or expansions, when your character, your champion, expands and stuff. That's your spiritual gifts. So every time you cross a threshold, usually your energy expands, your gifts expand as well. So because you're clearing energy, as you're clearing your energy, you're clearing those energetic channels. So your energetic channels are coming online more. So it's like tuning a radio, and there's static, and then gets clearer and clearer, sharper and sharper the more you expand. And so that's how the communication with source is going to become clearer. With your guides, you'll become more sensitive to energy. You'll be able to feel it more, like tingles. You'll be able to feel your chakras. You'll be able to my fingers also tingle a lot too. Like right now I'm starting to shake because I'm doing this, so my insides now are like vibrating because the energy is flowing. So that's the spiritual gifts, because as you expand, your gifts also expand as part of your reward for the work that you're doing. And then we have 3D versus higher dimensions. So the 3D is this reality that we experience, so what we can feel, touch, taste, smell, feel, all that, right? And the higher dimensions, that's higher realms, right? And so that would be, so the game world, the world that you play, right, versus the source code where the code comes from for the game. And it's the same thing. Our 3D reality is created by divine code that comes from the higher realms, from the higher dimensions, okay? And so it's coded by the divine. And then plant medicine is it's like going into developer mode and breaking the fourth wall. So I've had experiences with plant medicine where I've seen how malleable like everything is, reality is. Like I saw myself shifting in front of my mirror. I could feel myself shifting, like body parts were all over, because spirit was showing me how my words affect my reality. And so I was like talking and recording what I was experiencing, and as I was talking, like things around me were emphasizing, like with my words, it's like, and it's like things look like, on TV, how things like, the picture kind of does that thing or whatever. I don't know what it's called. Like static almost a little bit. It was looking like that as well. And I mean, obviously I was plant medicine, but that's what like spirit was showing me, like how it, like, how it is. And like one time I saw like everything looked grainy, like I was in the video game. It was so cool. But it was like to show me how my words or how my, like to show me how it, like how circumstances don't matter. I remember when that happened, I was like, oh my God, circumstances really don't matter, because like I got to really see it. Like I was shown it, so that was really cool. And then, the minions, like in the League of Legends game that you fight while you're like battling or whatever, those are distractions or programmed behavior. So like other people that reflect the programmed behavior, because there are sort of like NPC characters, people here, like souls that don't, or people that don't have souls. They're just people that are here to like that are programmed to move the narrative of the matrix code of what it's pushing, right? Of this system that was created. And then I have respawn. When you respawn, when your character respawns, it's a rebirth after ego death. Which, yeah, and experience points, lessons learned. That's a good one. Lessons learned. And when you expand, it's like when your character gains experience points, like in the journey, your avatar is gaining experience points, like as you expand your awareness and your energy and raise your frequency, because you're becoming part of the source code, because you're helping change the code with your frequency, by answering your soul call. Your soul has codes that it came here to bring into the grid. And so you're becoming part of the code. So that's how, that's how I say too that we are divine beings as well. We are part of the code. We are part of source. And as we expand, we become more and more part of the code, of part of the source of that divine code, not like the matrix code. You know what I mean? So, what else do I have here? And then mission activation, becoming a divine architect. And so that's what you become. You become an energetic architect, a reality architect, because you're using those codes as you're expanding and you're creating your own reality. You're entrusted to carry this mission because you're meant to help awaken and help other awakened souls on their mission and work with other souls on their expansion. So like we all come here to reach certain souls and stuff like that. Like we all have our own group of people. And that's why I also said too, like there's different people that will resonate with different souls because different souls came here to do different things. So what else? Oh, maintaining your frequency, staying in character. So yeah, like the alignment loops will always happen, but like by now you'll know, like I notice them when they come up and it almost feels more like a formality, like okay, just making sure you're still aligned, but like it's nothing. Like at this point it's just like, okay, let's just get this over with. Trust your intuition. It's like trusting your gaming instincts, right? Let the game teach you, not defeat you. Okay, so whenever you do feel triggered, whenever you do feel like, why do I feel this way? Like I just sit with him, like, what is this trying to teach me? Like, or like, why did I react this way? Or why am I feeling that? Like, why did I feel that? And then I just sit with it and like process it. And eventually it comes up and it comes through and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I let it go. And it's just like, it becomes easier too the more you advance. So the hardest part is in the beginning when you're still learning to regulate your nervous system and stuff like that. But it gets a lot easier and your team is there. And yeah, the more you expand, the more rooted in your truth you become as well. So it becomes easier. It almost be like, not just like, oh, just give me your best shot, like I just did some shadow work for my root chakra and I wasn't scared, but I was like, oh man, like that one, like it feels like it might be a like spirit might be saving the worst for last or something like that, where I was almost wanted to brace myself, but instead I said no, like let's get this over, like let's get through this, because like I know in order to get to where I want to be, I have to get through this. So let's just get through it already. Like I already have dirt on myself, I already have ashes on my shoulder from all the other times. Like what's one more time? Like let's just do it. Like I'm ready, like let's go. So I did that and then it turned out not to be like really as bad as I thought it was gonna be. So and it always comes with a good, like, because I did this through plant medicine journey. So yeah, spirit reveals that, well, the stuff, and then but then also it comes with all the good, and it's like, oh well, since you cleared this, look what's on the way now too, on this new cycle, now that you've expanded more. So it's like after you work through that, it reveals that. And then I was literally being guided by the energy because I went to my room and I was at my vanity, or like I had my makeup needed organizing and stuff. So I needed to sweep a little bit, and I had clothes all over the floor that I needed to pick up. And so the energy was literally, and I was just like, take me away, energy. And I was just like walking to the kitchen to get the broom and sweep. And I'm like, take me to the room. And I'm like, okay, let's sweep. Okay, let's go. And it felt so fucking magical. And like, I was just cracking myself up. And then I would come in here here. And then the flame on the candle was going crazy. I was like, oh man, the energy is really moving. And I was like, let's go. And I was just like walking fast, like let's like if the energy was literally carrying me away or whatever. It was just so much fun. It's so fun to play with the universe like that when you're aware that this is a game, like this is a game, this is my purpose. Okay, so now I must stay rooted in my purpose so that the game reprograms itself around me and my new awareness. That's literally what's happening because, you were in the old program. So now the new program is recoding itself through you because you carry those new codes. And that's how the universe moves through you. And it moves until it fully codes everything. And that's why energy works in layers, because it's coding everything. You're coding everything with your divine essence. And that ripples, and it ripples out. If you like, I'm just having a visual of the codes just rippling out from me out into the universe and then through everyone else that I'm connected to, and it recalibrates them and reprograms them. It reprograms all of us like that, because my changes have been rippling out to my people. Like I notice it, everyone improves along with me, like they all follow my lead almost, like energetically speaking. They're not literally following me. Like I don't even know if my people even know, even are hearing this podcast right now, like I don't know. There's still some resistance there on that part, but it's still, the energy is still working on them. My field is pinging theirs, and their subconscious is receiving it, and it's reprogramming them too. They just don't know it yet, So or maybe they do know it. Maybe they do feel it. Or maybe now that if they are hearing this, they're maybe realizing, actually, yeah, I do notice that, or whatever. But just to show you, like, you're here for a reason. There's no mistakes. You were here for a reason, and the system was created for you to feel like you were powerless and like you're worthless and like we're not worthy of being happy, of having what we want. But Source is here to say, yes, you can have what you want and more. Just go within and listen and hear it. Not what you think you might want or what you think others want. That's why Spirit wants you to clear things out first, to make sure that what you want is coming from you, from the real you, not the projections that other people put on you. So you have support and cheat codes. So the cheat codes are all this stuff: the breath work, the regulating your nervous system, the Reiki, the all that stuff like that. Those are the cheat codes to get you, to help you reprogram. You just gotta accept it, and you just have to believe it. You just have to believe it. And I know it's hard at first to believe it. And trust me, I know. I a lot of times I thought I should go to the hospital, I really questioned my sanity many, many times. But I'm here to tell you it's real. It's real, and more people are gonna be coming forward to tell you the same thing, that this is real. People are already out there saying that too. So go find those people if you need to find more proof before you decide. But I'm telling you, even if you don't believe it, what do you have to lose but to act like you're playing a role-playing game, and your mission is to find your soul purpose and do what makes you happiest? What else do you have to lose? More rights? More food? More money? We're already losing all of that. You have nothing else to do but to gain. And I promise you're going to gain something. I promise you. it's transforming. Like, my life is forever changed, and I will never shut up about this. So you could listen to me now, or you could listen to me later when I'm showing you the empire I've created. But, you know, it's with the way that things are happening right now in the world, it's so much better to play pretend in my head that I'm at the top of my empire that spirit showed me like less than a year ago. It's like the beginning of this year still. I can't believe it. It's barely gonna be a year that I was shown everything, and things are already starting to unfold for me. So, you know, the longer you wait to start, the longer you're gonna wait for your dream life. So what's it gonna be? That's the challenge that I'm being given to give to you, the message I'm being given to give to you. So you're here for a reason. You are not a mistake. We're not, things are not gonna get worse. They're gonna get better because more people are awakening to the truth, and you are part of this awakening. Your soul chose to come here, so you are strong enough to do this. You are strong enough to get through the alignment loops. You're strong enough to get through the purges and the symptoms, the ascension symptoms. I've gotten through it. You can get through it too. We can all get through it, and more and more people are coming forward, and you'll have more support than some of us did, because some of us thought we were the only ones at one point. Honestly, I'm just like, is this real? Is this really a thing? Or am I the only one? You know? So I promise you it's real. Very, very real. And you're being invited to go within, to seek what's waiting to be shown to you. And I promise it's gonna be amazing. So amazing. I can't wait to show you guys everything. You know, feel free to follow, even just to be nosy. Be nosy. Please be nosy. And follow me and see. And if it's gonna take until I show you my entire empire, follow me now, because it's gonna happen. So, all right, well, you're doing the best that you can with what you have, and that's more than enough. I love you. Happy full moon. And, you know, continue working on letting go what no longer serves you. That's what this full moon is calling us to do, because what's waiting for us is amazing. I can feel it. So come join us. Come join this love and peace, and it feels good to be here. To even just, you know, what's the saying? Delulu is the Salulu. It's so fun. It's fun. Be curious. Have fun with the universe. They want to play with you. They want to show you how magical. You just need to open yourself up to all the possibilities, because it's possible. I've seen it with my own eyes. It's possible. So, all right. I love you. Bye.